YouTube land was good. It's your boy B Hurt, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince Vegeta out the hating. If you don't know me, future FGC commented, maybe player actually, in this video. If you're seeing this face, hearing this voice, then you should already know what time it is and what series it is. I'm going to break down a certain tournament, and what better tournament than the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. I actually competed in this one. I competed in this one also because it was free. And yeah, it was the Online Cup North America East Edition. Iowa, that's where I'm from, if you don't know, was evolved. And I think everything on the right of that was evolved, obviously, because it was East Coast. So I think you'll see more so like Scar, Rewind, and the Texas players competes in the West one, and the West one's not till like August 17th, if I'm not mistaken. What was I gonna say? Let's talk about me competing for once. I was the 301st seed, no pressure at all. Actually ended up going 0-2, finished 257th. I definitely could have went 1-2 at the least. I definitely didn't play to the best of my abilities. What was killing me, and something I need to do going forward, especially in Mortal Kombat 11, is I need to let go of block. As crazy as it sounds, I think if I let go of block, I'm ducking highs, I'm ducking grabs, I'm getting grabbed way too often, and then anti-airing. I rely on too much down twos, and not to say the down twos whiff, but when it's like a down two versus a jump in kick, I feel like I lose every single time. Or just even if I'm jumping, I let the jumping hit me, and you get all those plus frames off of just the me trying to block, and then I'm continuously holding block, so then they're doing what they want after, and that's what usually gets me in bad situations. So I need to move more instead of holding block, if that makes sense. And I think that's been my Achilles heel when I'm playing someone, is the spacing of the game. Not because like even like the two players that I played, I'm not gonna give them their shout outs or something or say their names or whatever, but even the two players that I played, they weren't really crazy. Like if anything, I got away with one of them actually played Liu Kang. I was playing Liu Kang, and you know this string where it's like it's forward 4, 3 plus up 3. I was getting away with that pretty much every single time. They didn't really challenge the gap between the 3 and the up 3, so it was more so on me. I didn't really get to cancel in the stance a little bit. The matches were close. I can't complain as far as the matches go. I think the first game was like Aaron Black, and we traded 1-1, and then I just blew it in the end. And then the other game was, I think it was Scorpion, maybe? No, I think that one was Liu Kang. Yeah, obviously, because I said Aaron Black. And I felt like I had a better Liu Kang. It's just performance things. Like, I get used to a certain play style and certain how people play, and I played against Picasso last night, and the way that Picasso plays, he's like a long time Twitch viewer of mine, like probably my number one, to be honest. He plays so insane, like the rotation that he does, because Mortal Kombat essentially is just like a advanced game of rock paper scissors, right? Because he'll do a stagger, then he'll do like a plus string, or he'll make me whiff punish. Like his rotation of what he's doing and trying to do is truly remarkable, but he's a casual player. That's what kills me. Is like I'm actually trying and I'm working hard to achieve these goals and being good, and he's like, yeah, I'm just casual. And it's like, fam, your spacing's impeccable. Like casual to me is someone who's not thinking what they're doing. They're just playing on autopilot. Picasso's doing stuff that like pros do to a T, and like he's getting crouching jab combos or crouching down one combos in the corner consistently. It's like, come on, bro. Like you're not a casual at all. But that's what I like, is that my friends are not casuals at all. So it makes me want to get better and be able to do that. So hopefully, I gotta quit being scared and holding the block button. And I think you actually saw that in this top 8 set. That was the only unfortunate part about this, is the only top 8 got recorded. And like case in point, I think in Ninja's killer gameplay, you kind of see it. He kind of stands his ground and he just holds where he's at, and his confirms and what he gets, it's transcending over from MKX and Liu Kang to even with Jackie and MK11. The stuff he's able to do and convert off of it doesn't matter where he's at on the screen or what he's doing. He gets full damage and combos. Now, would everybody and their mama love to see him use Liu Kang? Of course, but you have to do what you have to do to win. And I hope to see him as CEO. But, because this was his, like, showing out party, you know, he's saying he did play an offline event, I think in Georgia, that Romanova and, like, Aquaman were commentating. Got first in that. But to get fourth in an online event in a pro competition with majority of the killers, because it was majority East Coast, and I think East Coast kind of outweighs West Coast, but then West Coast is technically Texas now, so I still think there's more strong players on the East, if that's just me being biased. But Kombat, of all people, took first place, and I think they had another online event for something, and I think he took that as well. The Johnny Cage is looking strong. I can only imagine if they fix Johnny Cage's, like, I think, hurt box issues. I believe he has. But if they fix those and fix a few things in Johnny Cage is going to be dominant. I mean, hell, the fact that Kombat took first place shows how dominant he already is. And I feel that way about a lot of characters. A lot of characters that people say are, like, weak. It depends on who has them in their hands. I feel like a good Devore player. Like, I played against good Devores and good Kotal Khans, and I've been scared for my life. So I can only imagine what a buff is going to do with them. Yeah, so Kombat took first place. A whopping 125 points goes to him, which is huge and critical at this stage of the season, especially being two events. Sonic Fox took second, got sent to losers by Dragon, but then made it all the way back to Grand Finals. I didn't even think reset at Grand Finals, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of which, Dragon got third, Ninja Killer got fourth, Daddy or Buffalo got fifth, Gur got fifth as well. Alexander the One played Cetrion, really good Cetrion. Cetrion's a good character, man. She's a good character. Got seventh. Biohazard got seventh as well. Ninth place. Vox Reborn. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Didn't mean to butcher that if I had not. Silvereye still doing the damn thing with Liu Kang. Nyx, Big D. Some notable 13th place finishes. Honeybee, Samij, Neutral is Key. What a godlike name. Coach Steve. And those got 5 points because it was an online event, so it was less points. Some noticeable 17th place finishes was KP, Tweety, and Zyfox. Zyfox with all those codes that Real and all them be making the jokes of. So if you still need Mortal Kombat 11 beta codes, hit up Zyfox. The beauty of the tournament being ran through Smash GG is you had to register who each person played and agreed upon, who won, who lost, all that good stuff. And it showed stats. And that's something that's truly remarkable. So if you're a person that, say you play Baraka, and you really want to use Baraka, you know, you're Tarkatan, true to true, whatever. If you want to see how he does in certain matchups, you can actually go to Smash GG with the pro settings and see who Baraka beat and who he lost to and the percentages and how many games. It's not the greatest thing for like a stat sheet and to see what kind of matchups are, but this is the best players of the world. I think you have three of the top probably Cetrion players in this bracket, and most of them finished 9th and above. If you look at Dragon, you look at Alexander the One, and you look at Big D. I'd probably put Big D before or ahead of Alexander, but still, like, three of the best, right? So you could probably see how they did against Baraka. And then it's just like the beauty of the stats. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like whatever your character is and whatever you want to see, you can. And I love that fact. And I think it's going to stay there forever. Now, I don't know if it's for offline events too, because I don't think you necessarily, it seems kind of more complex, seeing as like everything's not like, you don't, like, it's not in your control, but who knows. So let's get into the stats. There was a whopping 570 matches, which I was a part of, which I would have had upsets if I had won, but I'm trash. Upsets, there was 260 upsets, and the surprising number out of that is not the 260 upsets. That seems kind of like a common, I guess, is the shutouts. There was a whopping 438. That was a whopping 438 shutouts. That was crazy to me. A lot of shutouts, a lot of dominant performances, and I think even like when I competed in the Swarm series for Honeybee's tournament, before Combo Breaker. I think the only time, like, yeah, I shut out. The only time I lost was shutouts, and the only time I really won, besides like one set, was shutouts. So I mean, just 4 out of the 5 right there. They had pretty common. So the most used characters, I think I only wrote down 5. Surprisingly enough, Scorpion. I think everybody has a pocket Scorpion. It just makes sense. He kind of has all the tools in the book. I mean, both variations are really good. I mean, hell, if you're really good at like spacing and baiting your opponent, I think Reborn is a variation, but you can't go wrong with the other one too because of the chain reaction. I love chain reaction. That 4-3 2-string where you get the overhead and the low. That's a mighty good string. The buff on the spear. I usually go with the second variation, but I get it why people go with Reborn as well. Jackie was in second. Jackie Bay Briggs was in second with a whopping 208 times being played. It was 2 out of 3 to finals. To the top 8, excuse me. Top 8 was 3 out of 5. Yeah, Scorpion was 268. I don't know if I said the number. Cassie Cage was up there as well. Definitely gonna need to get some Cassie experience. She's really good. With a whopping 172. Liu Kang was a whopping 161, and I don't know. I want to stick with Liu Kang because I feel comfortable with Liu Kang. He doesn't feel too crazy with me, but I might switch my tournament character. I don't know though. We'll see. Geras was 5th, as everybody always complains about Geras and saying he's issues. I mean, granted, he's still getting played, but he was only 5th with 155. As far as win rates go, none of these characters were actually in there, but it also makes sense just off the fact of how many times they probably got used, so it kind of fluctuated the win percentage. And like even looking at the top 8, I don't think none of those characters. Besides Gur, because I think Ninja Killer used Jackie all the way. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Well, because I'm just looking at the most used, and the only one that really sticks out that I know for a fact is Girl with Gears, but everybody else I think uses a different character that's not in the most used list. So that's interesting as too. It's interesting. But back to the win rate. The win rate, surprisingly enough, Frost was in first place. Granted, now Frost was in first place because she was used 8 times, so her win percentage is 75%. But Devora, like I said, I think Devora, Kotal Khan, Kano, a good Kano could catch you off guard. I mean, look at what Buster's doing. Look at what Biohazard's doing. Not to say that they're not skilled players that could catch anyone off guard regardless, but I'm just saying what they're able to do with this character is truly remarkable. And a lot of people say these characters have issues. So imagine when they get the buff that they're going to get, they're going to be a problem. I'm calling it now. Yeah, Frost had 75% win rate, 8 games, though. Devora had 66%, but 29 games, so a little bit more. Jax, I think, had the highest of the most respectable number as far as games go. He had 81 games and a 63% win rate, and I think 10 of those was against Jackie. And I think we did see that matchup too with Ninja Killer and Biohazard, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he picked Jax late, like where he was already down 2-0 and it's probably too late. But yeah, I love SGG for those stats. So hopefully, like I said, I don't know if it did it for offline events, but for online events, I'm definitely gonna be checking out the stats, especially when I decide on. Cause like right now, my roster is Liu Kang and Scorpion, but that might change. I don't know. As far as tournament goes, I don't know. We'll see. To talk about the top 10 right now, currently, it is Scar in first place with a whopping 350 points. That's only off a combo breaker because Scar is Texas, so he didn't get to compete in this on, like Rewind as well. Sonic Fox is in second with the 2 events with 340. Tweety's in third with 230. Dragons in fourth with 205. Samij is in fifth. Well, I guess they're tied for fourth, respectively. Samij with 205 as well. Kombat with a whopping 125 points, boosted him up all the way to 6th place. Foxy Grandpa is at 7th with 140. Big D is at 8th with 80. Gurr is at 9th with 75 points. Deox is in 10th with 50 points. And a noticeable 11th spot, well, technically tied for 10th, is Ninja Killer. So hopefully he does get enough money to go to CEO, because I want to see that. And CEO is the next event. There was an international event that's like the 15th and 16th, but I don't think it has any ties to the pro competition, although it was on the esports side of Mortal Kombat's website. So I don't know what that is. If you're going to it and you know what it is and they explain what it is, maybe it's a trip to somewhere, let me know down below. Shang Tsung is coming out the 18th, so literally 1 week from today. It's going to be super fun to play as him. I think he's going to change the dynamic of the meta, probably for the better, hopefully, depending on how his normals and his strings are and like his tournament variations. But it's hard to say where he'll fit until you get your hands on him, you know. But then again, we probably won't see him till Validity. Yeah, but even then, I don't even know when Validity is like early July, so I don't even think you'll see him then. You probably won't see Shang until Evo. But then, see, that's what's crazy too, is like Evo is like early August, so unless they plan on releasing that next character, Nightwolf, like unless they plan on releasing him early July, I think you're only going to see one character in this meta. So it's really curious to see, is this the season? Essentially, like we'll probably get, by the time the end of the tournament goes, as far as March 2020, I think we'll see all the characters in that finals, which would make for good finals. But I'm curious to see when we'll see a balance patch or when we'll see another character. Because if Shang's the only DLC character if Shang's really the only DLC character we'll get until Evo, eesh. You know what I mean? You might see a couple Sonyas in top 8, or a couple Gearuses, or Scorpions, or Jackie, or even Aaron's. I don't know. We'll have to see. But like I said, the next tournament is CEO, June 28th. I can't wait. Going to be covering more of the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. Hopefully competing or commentating, one of the two. But I got to get better. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, I am out. Peace.